Take a good look at my face. The lines you see aren't just from age. They are a map of a life lived at full speed, mostly in the wrong direction. I'm 80 now. I've reached the shoreline where the tide only goes out and never comes back in. And as I sit here in the quiet of a house that's far too big for one man, I am haunted by a single realization. I spent my entire life building a future, but I forgot to actually live in the present. I made a mistake, a massive fundamental mistake that 99% of you are making right now. You think you have time. You think your real life will start once the house is paid off, once the kids are through college, once you retire. I'm here to tell you that the finish line you're running toward is a mirage. I've crossed it, and there's nothing there but ghosts. Today, I'm breaking my silence. I'm going to tell you exactly where I went wrong so that when you're 80, you don't have to sit where I am and feel what I feel. Please, I'm begging you. Don't make the same mistake I did. My biggest mistake started in my 30s. I called it ambition. But looking back, it was a sickness. I was always living for the next thing. I told my wife, just 2 more years of these long hours, then we'll take that trip. I told my kids, I can't make the game today, but next summer we'll spend every day together. I was an architect of the future, but a stranger to the today. I treated my days like currency to be traded for a tomorrow that I assumed was guaranteed. I traded the sound of my children's laughter for a title on a business card. I traded the warmth of my wife's bed for the cold glow of a desk lamp at 11 p.m. What I didn't realize is that life isn't a destination. It's the movement. By the time I reached the tomorrow I was working for, the people I wanted to share it with had moved on. My kids were grown and had their own busy lives. My wife was used to my absence. I had built a palace, but I was the only one left to live in it. Don't trade your nows for nexts. The next might never come. And even if it does, it won't be worth the price you paid. In America, we are raised to believe that our value is tied to our zip code and the car in our driveway. I fell for it. Hook, line, and sinker. I thought providing for my family meant giving them things. I wanted the best lawn in the neighborhood, the newest Cadillac, the most prestigious country club membership. I spent 40 years maintaining things that don't love me back. I spent weekends mowing a lawn instead of sitting on a blanket on top of it with my family. I worked overtime to buy a bigger house, which only meant I had to work more overtime to fill it with furniture we didn't need. Now at 80, I look at these things and they feel like lead. My kids don't want my porcelain collections or my old suits. They wanted my time. They wanted the man, not the paycheck. I realized too late that a legacy isn't what you leave for people, it's what you leave in them. If you are working yourself to death to buy things for people who just want your presence, stop. Throw away the catalog. Sell the car if you have to buy back your time while you still have the health to enjoy it. If you are in your 40s or 50s and you think you're invincible, listen to me. I treated my body like a rental car. I never intended to return. I skipped the sleep. I ate the stress. And I told myself I'd get in shape when life slowed down. But life doesn't slow down. It breaks. At 80, my biggest regret is that I have the wisdom to travel the world and the money to do it. But I no longer have the knees or the heart to manage the flight. I am a prisoner in a body I neglected. I spent my health gaining wealth, and now I'm spending my wealth trying to buy back a shred of my health. It's a losing trade every time. Don't wait for a heart attack to start walking. Don't wait for a diagnosis to start breathing. Your body is the only house you truly live in. If you let it crumble while you're busy building your empire, you'll have nowhere to stay when the winter of your life arrives. There is a specific kind of pain that comes with being the last one alive. The pain of unsaid words. I was a tough man, a man of my generation. I didn't do mushy stuff. I thought my wife knew I loved her because I paid the bills. I thought my friends knew I valued them because we grabbed a beer once a month. I kept my heart in a vault, thinking I was being strong. But at 80, I realized that silence isn't strength. It's a thief. I have so many things I want to say to people who are now 6 feet under. I want to tell my father I understood him. I want to tell my best friend he was my hero. I want to tell my wife one more time that she was the only good thing I ever truly did. Don't leave your words unpolished. Don't assume people know how you feel. Pride is a cold companion in an old man's bed. If you love someone, tell them until they're tired of hearing it. If you're proud of someone, write it down. Because the day will come when you'll have the words, but they won't have the ears to hear them. I spent at least 30 years of my life worried about what they would think, what the neighbors thought of my career change, what my parents thought of my choices, what the church thought of my doubts. I lived a choreographed life, dancing to a tune written by people who didn't even care about me. And here is the brutal truth I learned at 80. They don't care. They never did. Most of the people I was trying to impress are dead. And the ones who are alive are too busy worrying about their own lives to give mine a second thought. I wasted so much energy being proper when I should have been being wild. I should have started that business. I should have moved to the coast. I should have worn the loud shirt and danced the bad dance. At 80, you realize that the only opinion that matters is the one you see in the mirror at 2 a.m. Live for your own soul, not for the ghosts of your social circle. I'm 80 years old. My house is full of furniture and empty of people. My bank account is full of money, and my calendar is empty of events. I made the mistake of thinking life was a race to be won. It's not. It's a song to be heard. Please look at your life right now. If you are running too fast, slow down. If you are working too hard, go home. If you are holding a grudge, drop it. If you love someone, tell them. Don't wait until you're 80 to realize that the small things were actually the big things. Don't wait until the house is quiet to wish you had made more noise. Live now. Live today, because the clock isn't ticking toward your success. It's ticking toward your end. Make sure that when you get here, you have memories to keep you warm, not regrets to keep you awake. Thank you for listening to an old man's ramblings. If this helps even one of you change your path, then my mistake wasn't in vain. Subscribe if you want to walk this path of wisdom with me. Like the video to help spread this warning, and tell me in the comments, what is one thing you're going to change today? I'll be here waiting to hear from you. God bless, and make it https www.photop.com